ladies and gentlemen of Urban TV. My name is Clarandinda and I present to you the Daily Hustle. Najua mnashangaa nafanya nini hapa, but today I have a very interesting, unique business. So nataka ukae hapo kwenye uko, ubonyeze your subscribe button and make sure you watch this till the end. Na usikue mtiaji. I want you to share this with as many people as possible because this opportunity right here is something that many young people, I know some of you have had this idea, but you never know where to start from. So I bring it to you today. And I am going to be interacting with Miss Kiwa of Kiwa Lifestyle. Today we are going to be showcasing one of her amazing products, which is the Kiwa lip balms. So as you can see right here, I am preparing one of the basic products that we're going to be using to make the lip balms. So stay tuned and let's get to learn about this lip balm business. As you can see, she's doing it from home. So what is going to be your excuse? Because all the information is right here. So stay tuned, and if this is going to be helpful, usitunyime subscribe na pia usikose kushare with your friends. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the intro, today we are going to be learning how to make lip balms. And I am with the one and only Miss Kiwa. So I'm not going to talk much. I will let her introduce herself and tell us what she's about to tell us about this business. Hi.
Hi.
Feel free. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Yeah.
Najua umetembea lakini you're here. So my name is Miss Kiwa. I'm the founder of Kiwa Lifestyle. So Kiwa Lifestyle is, as Dinda has said,
Yes.
I make organic lip balms, and I'm really excited to share my journey as a young entrepreneur and just talk about the whole process with the youth of Urban TV.
Yeah, and that's what's up, because we tell you every time we bring you life-changing content. So if you're out there and you've always thought of starting this business, this is where you're supposed to be. So usibonyeze hicho kidude mpaka tumalize hii interview. Sawa? Let's get into it. So guys, as you can see, we're here in the kitchen. Hii ni chemistry. So if you ulikuwa unadharau chemistry ukiwa high school, trust you me, ukijiambia ati, oh, where will I use it? Here it is, we're using it. So Miss Kiwa, I would want you to tell us, how did you start this business? What inspired you? When did you start it? And you know, like basically the beginning of this whole journey.
I started, I think we all had to do something in 2020 during COVID-19. So in 2020, I remember when COVID was announced, I was doing my last paper online. Actually, I was just submitting my project. So I knew I had a whole year ahead of me. And now COVID happens and I'm at home. And so basically, if you knew me then, I had an issue with dry lips, like not your usual dry lips, extremely dry lips. They used to chap, they used to dry, I used to bleed, and even when I had a cold, it actually used to be like really, really worse. So of course, at that point, I was using the popular brands in the market. And I remember one day I decided to just research on why the lip balms I'm using are not working. I had seen a dermatologist at some point. I had like taken medication for the lip balm that is medicated.
Yeah.
So nothing was really working. So I went online, research, and find out that actually most of these lip products we have, most skincare products have harmful ingredients. We have parabens, we have mercury, and the list is so long and very scary.
Oh,
yes.
And that's why you decided to do the organic base, because
Yes.
I've seen yours has no hint of chemical.
Yes. So I decided to research for if I can be able like to make something homemade for myself actually.
Yeah.
The goal was never to commercialize.
Yeah.
The goal was just to make a lip balm for myself that would work for my lips, because honestly my low self-esteem was actually going down because of my lips.
Yeah.
Thank God for the masks. The masks are helping a bit. So when I looked through, I made my first batches, bought a few oils in town. I remember from the supermarket. I remember them because I was just trying to. I didn't even know where to source oils or anything.
Okay.
I made my first batch, backfired. The lip balms were as hard as a candle. They were so hard because I didn't know about the proportions. And then I did a second, third batch. That batch was really good. In 2 weeks, it had worked for my lips. And then now that's when all the idea of commercialization came. Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So I remember you were still in campus.
Yes.
And off camera, when we were, you know, having a little talk here and there, you mentioned a grant that, you know, one of your mentors told you about this British Council grant because they had seen you doing this.
Yes.
Tell people more about that and how they can take advantage of these grants to, you know, embrace their entrepreneurial journey.
Oh, okay. So 2 years after I left school, so I had already started the business, but wasn't doing so well.
Yeah.
My mentor at Nairobi University, he's called Mr. Maura.
Shout out to Mr. Maura.
He's the dean of students. So Mr. Maura, my mentor, he told me about the British Council, and the Open University and the University grant.
Yeah.
So I applied for the grant, waited like 2-3 months. We were 44 of us, and finally I was selected as the 12th participant.
Yeah.
So I got through the grant, and so it was a whole process. The grant was the last thing at the end of the day. Yeah, we had to go through classes daily on how to be a business entrepreneur, how to. I used to kula pesa za biashara, so I had to be kept. I was put in a financial management class, and then I was connected to another mentor in UK. Shout out to Peter Haycox. Peter mentored me for the whole year, and I had to go through marketing classes. I had to go through everything that encompasses a business. So the grant was the last thing, of which also for the grant, I had to make a pitch. It wasn't just like, just take the money and go. Yeah.
So it was helpful because you got training.
Yes.
It's not just the money that comes with the grant.
Yes.
There's training, there's mentorship and all those things.
Yes.
You even learn how to pitch.
Yes, because I had to pitch.
And then you pitch and explain why you actually need
the money.
You deserve this, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's a really nice story. So that's what we're telling you out there. If you're still in campus, but you've told us the grant, you don't necessarily have to be a student for you to apply for them.
At that point, at that point, the school had partnered with British Council and Open University, so it was through the school, but the grants are still there for any youth between 18 to 35 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're watching us, make sure check out the British Council. I'm sure they have a website. Look for those grants, and you never know. Just apply. Tell these people you have this business, and maybe this could be the destiny connector to your, you know, multi-billion business. So hapa kuna ka chemistry kanaendelea. Tutapa kidogo as we continue with our interview.
Yes.
So Kiwa, I understand every business has, you know, a starting point to a finish point.
Yes.
And for this, I would want you to like tell our audience who are watching us, what is the starting point of this? Is it the sourcing of the tubes? Is it the sourcing of the ingredients? And where can people actually find this ingredients? And you can also tell our audience, because I know some of them want to know, what are the basic, you know, ingredients that you need to have a lip balm? Achana na sasa when you add your own magic, the most basic ones. Yeah, what does someone need?
So if you're a young person out there and you wanna start this either lip balm or whatever, the lip balm that we're talking about today. So the first point of maybe sourcing would be the oils. The oils are the most important. So for my lip balm, for example, if you check the tube, I've written the ingredients there. The ingredients are, the main ingredients that I use are castor oil, almond oil, and olive oil. So I chose to go for the high-end oils, but because I want my lip balms to be quality, they are a bit pricier, but yeah. So for the oils, you look for a good, maybe, so I locally source my oils here in Kenya. So look for a farmer or just someone who, a supplier who does these oils that are not refined. And there are so many in the market. You can go search online. Probably you'll get an ad, someone selling these oils. You can maybe ask around if there are any farmers who are doing the oils. And then the next step, of course, is the beeswax. We talked about the beeswax.
Before we even go to the beeswax, speaking about the oils, is it something that someone can create for themselves? Because I see some people maybe buy herbs and then they either boil them and it comes out as something like that, or that's a whole long process.
So for the oils, I'd say, wow, it's actually a process to extract the oils by yourself.
Yeah.
So I'd say, I think just get someone who does who extracts this. The oils are cold pressed. That means no heat. That they've been extracted through like the pressing the olive oil or the castor oil. So and there are many farmers who have planted castor here in Kenya, and they're doing the extraction by themselves.
Yeah.
So I'd say, and then it needs a lot of machinery to extract the oils from the nuts.
Yeah.
So I'd say just get a farmer who does the extraction. It makes your work easier. Yes.
Okay. So to the beeswax.
So the beeswax I get from 2 people. So my main supplier has been Bella Farm, Bella Farm, since I started from day one.
Yeah.
Bella Farm is a farm in Thika.
Okay.
He does, I think he was an engineer and then he went into farming.
Yeah.
So he has, what is it? The bee farm.
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
So he has like a bee farm.
Yeah.
He does like everything, and anauzanga honey, beeswax, anything that when
bee products.
He sells everything. So I've been a consistent buyer of his wax. It's very affordable. It's clean. He doesn't do anything to it. It's unrefined. It comes like in blocks.
Yeah.
In big blocks. So I usually order in bulk also.
Okay.
So you need wax from a good, reputable farmer who doesn't add anything to the wax. You have to make sure the quality. At the end of the day, we want to give quality lip balms to the people.
You don't want to sell something to people, they apply, and then they write bad reviews.
Yes.
When I use this, my lips, I started getting boils in my lips. Have you ever had such an incident?
And thankfully, not. I've never had such an incident, honestly. So that means it's doing something that's supposed to do.
Yeah. So for the beeswax, I've understood, and the essential oils and most of the raw material products, you've said you can source them from farmers locally.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to packaging,
yes.
do you get this packaging from China, or can somebody source locally, which is cheaper and which is more efficient?
So let me put it in 2 ways. So the first time I started, I think we didn't have enough suppliers who were supplying these tubes.
Yeah.
So the first time I remember I ordered from Alibaba, or is it one of them, Alibaba AliExpress.
Yeah.
But wow, the process was so tiring. It took almost 3 months because I wanted to use C because C is cheaper.
Yes.
The lip balms, the tubes were really cheap by almost 90% compared to what I buy from Kenya.
Okay.
But the process was really tiring. And honestly,
the waiting process.
And the waiting you have to wait for 3 months. If anything happens, you have to now return again for another 3 months. For me, it was a very tiresome process. So I decided to go for a local supplier who does. I buy these things from town. They are a bit pricier compared to if you were to buy in bulk from China.
Yeah.
But I'd say since we want to make our work easier, just buy them from, again, when you Google, you're going to find this online.
Yeah.
So just buy them from town.
Okay.
CBD, yes.
Now we've talked about packaging. Let's talk about branding.
Yes.
Logo, colors, and all those things. I can also have one. So who comes up with your design? Do you come up with the design yourself, or will you advise someone who wants to start this? You can see she has very beautiful ones. Do you contact do you work with a graphics designer, or you did this yourself?
So since day one, I've worked with a graphic designer.
Yeah.
However, I tend to say that the graphic designer does 10% of the work.
Yeah.
The 90% of the work is me. For example, if you look at the labels, these labels are graffiti.
Yeah.
The labels are graffiti. So if you look at all the labels, all of them are graffiti. So what I did is I looked for graffiti. I love art so much. I love going to art galleries. So this was inspired by my love for art.
Okay.
So the first step was, of course, to look for the things online, and then the logo the logo I already had. So I had already, I think last year, someone made the logo for me.
Okay.
And then the next step is not to tell the graphic designer, this is what I want. I usually don't. I know people do it the other way around, where you tell the graphic designer, where just make anything
And then send me I'll choose.
I went with my, and let me tell you, these labels were, I think, made, and I think Marvin can testify because he's the graphic designer.
Yeah.
He redesigned 10 times, to a point that we were both mad because I wanted to get it right, because I knew the vision that I had in my mind. And finally I got a really really beautiful design for the lip balms. Yes.
Okay. So basically what Kiwa is telling us, you have no excuse as to why you will not start this business. We have farmers who have all this raw material. We have nowadays packaging. I mean, if you go to any social media platform, you can go to Facebook, Instagram, just right there, packaging. You will have lots and lots and lots of options, and you can choose the design you want to go for, whatever. For branding, come up with an idea. If you're not that creative, you can always work with a graphics designer and work together and come up with something that satisfies the need of your brand. So you have no excuse. Okay.
True. Yes.
I understand that there's a lot of competition here because very many people are doing this type of business. What makes you stand out?
So I'd say the fact that, number one, I'd say when we started this business, I think we were like 2 or 3. I remember researching a lot.
Yeah.
So
in Kenya?
Yes. We were not like doing the organic lip balms.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So companies, of course, have been doing their lip balms. So I feel like, the OG, the people who start first are always the OG.
The founders of the legends.
we opened the way for other young people and other people to do it.
Yeah.
So number one, I'd say that. So I have 4 experience. 4 years. This is actually my 5th year. 5 years experience since 2020 in making these lip balms. Number 2, I would also say the quality of my oils and the products that I use. I know most people are making organic lip balms that are not really organic. I have maintained the integrity of my lip balms for 5 years. I still source from the same supplier. So same quality. Also, when you keep changing suppliers, the quality keeps changing.
Yeah.
I have gotten the oils from the same supplier, so that means the quality has been consistent. I have made the lip balms better. As I was telling Clara, that actually I've added even a more high-end oil. I think even who knows about olive oil, they know olive oil is very expensive.
Very expensive.
Especially if you're buying like a liter. Yeah. So I use like very efficient and very high-end oils that work for your lips. And that's what is on my lips, and you can see the product is really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how do you market? I mean, you can continue.
Yes. Oh, okay.
What tools do you use to market your products?
So as I say that I'll maybe go back a few years back and just explain how I started doing my marketing.
Yeah.
Again, I'm saying this as if you're a youth out there, you can push yourself and train yourself.
Yeah.
These things are, I remember when I started, my mentor told me you have to bootstrap. Bootstrap basically is using the available resources, Canva, online courses. So what I did, I was actually under another program called Her Hustle. It's a program that it's like pushes like young women to like be entrepreneurs and trains them. Okay. So I did a digital marketing course because I had done something different in school. Actually in school I did IR. So I did I think it was like a 3 months, and then it was sponsored by Facebook. So I was taught how to do online digital marketing, use of course Meta, because Meta was sponsoring us, use Instagram, Facebook, etc. So then I learned how to use Instagram, how to make videos, how to run ads. I usually run ads also, and also how to ensure people are engaged and people are buying your product. So the main channels that currently I'm using are Instagram, which you can find me as Kiwa Lifestyle, and TikTok Kiwa Lifestyle, and Facebook as Kiwa Lifestyle. But my main, where my customers come, I can say it's IG.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why we keep talking about the digital platforms. I mean, this is not 2005 where we didn't have digital platforms. You had to have your product, you either put them in a shop or go hawk them. But now we have Instagram. I mean, almost everybody has a, like you who is watching us right now, you are watching us on a digital gadget. You can use that digital gadget. I know it has a camera. Take photos of it, create
Yeah.
content. I've seen you create content.
Yes.
Yeah, so because you've talked about engaging and
Yes.
you've mentioned something very interesting.
Uh-huh.
You've said it was sponsored by Meta. Girl, where do you get all these sponsorships? Like, hook us up. How
And
did you even know about that?
again,
Yeah.
this is another. I think, as you can see, I'm very talkative.
Yes.
So I talk to people. I think when you meet me, after knowing my name, the next thing you know about me is that I run a company. So I think I usually, as for example, when I go like to an Sarit exhibition, like like the other day I had gone to a beauty exhibition in Sarit.
Yeah.
And then I met people who talked about my lip balm, and then I think someone suggested, hi, by the way, I have a friend who runs, she's called Carol. She runs a program for young women entrepreneurs. Would you love to join? I applied again and got, so she had been contracted by Meta. So Meta owns Facebook, WhatsApp, and IG.
Yeah.
So it was a free training again. So I think I don't know, networking, speak
Yeah.
about your, like,
Be proud.
Yes, be proud of what you do. Like, hata kama you said, like the tiniest thing you do, hata kama you're an errands girl, you just deliver, just talk about it. You'll always find people plugging you with opportunities. And in that, actually, through her hustle,
Yeah.
I got to be featured on Standard newspaper.
Wow.
That was January 2022.
Hey.
And I think that opened, I think I got so many orders. I was so overwhelmed. I even got orders from America.
Hey.
And
So you're
unfortunately,
international brand. Wow.
I could not deliver, because at that point I didn't know how to deliver.
Shipping.
Yeah, the shipping and everything. And then my price is just $3
Yeah.
in US dollars.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say networking a lot. Speaking about your business, it opens up. And going to these exhibitions, just go. If a university has exhibitions, go parade your products, talk about them, and someone somewhere will either buy or plug with an opportunity. Yes.
Okay, so what Kiwa is basically telling us, if you have chosen to be an entrepreneur, use your mouth, talk about your product.
Yes.
And this is where I plug you. Now, let's say, because I understand people have different personalities, you have an idea, but maybe you feel like you're sort of an introvert. Let me plug you guys with one of the best products that can help you market your product, your company, and especially it does well with SMEs. We have a product called Cheche. Cheche helps with branding, it helps with PR, it helps with getting people to know about your product and all these marketing things. So you can check out Cheche, and I'm sure, you know, it will take your brand to the next level. So check out Cheche. They will advise you on how to market your products, how to put your products out there. And you know, the best thing about Cheche, they do the work for you. So you see, if you say, oh, Sidri, I am camera shy, I am Sidri what, Cheche will, you know, maybe use influencers to promote your brand, do advertisements for your brand, show, you know, help you with the content. So I will highly recommend people to check out Cheche. Cheche is a marketing product that especially does well with SMEs. Like you see, for instance, your product, if you wanted to reach a greater mass out there and you don't know how to do it, you just check out Cheche. Okay?
I'll definitely do that.
Yeah. Finally,
Yes.
I understand that every business usually has a challenge.
Yes.
Have you experienced any challenges?
Yes, a lot. It's been a
Give us the one that made you feel like, you know what? I think I'm about to give up.
I'd say, wow, I think every business has challenges.
Yes.
And I think mine, which actually I didn't feel like I gave up at some point before I actually rebranded the company.
Yeah.
Someone had like ordered like a very big order, like a lot of lip balms.
Yes.
And I didn't. At first, I was very skeptical. I usually do. You have to pay first before delivery, and then I took on this big order. I bought materials because I was so excited. My first wholesale order.
Yeah.
And then this person during the delivery day, she didn't pick our calls at all. We tried. She didn't pick our calls. I have this big order because I usually plan for my lip balms. I usually maybe say 100 lip balms per month. So I had made like over 100, 200. So now I'm stuck with lip balms here. I had bought materials. Like I had spent so much money.
Using your own money.
Yes, knowing. And then she really insisted that she would pay after delivery, and I can like I'll even go there. She'll pay me cash, and at that point, I'm looking at the money that I've spent, and now I have to now start marketing the lip balms. I have to sell one, which is harder. Yeah. I think that was my really biggest challenge and my lowest moment. And I remember that I came home, had a good cry, and I decided after that batch, I'm not pushing any more lip balms. And I gave up for a while. And then, no, something I love doing, I came back again. I think that has been the main challenge. And sometimes also, you remember sometime, I think last year or 2 years ago, when the president became the president, cosmetic products went up. So the oils, except the beeswax, every other raw material that I use like doubled. And now you don't want to transfer that price to the customer. So I had to like know how to find a middle ground where I am still making profit and I'm still being able to sell my lip balm at 300, because I still don't want to overcharge people. And you don't want to tell people that overnight the lip balm was 500, even though I'm paying double for the oils. So finding that balance, and sometimes even some things sometimes you want something, it's out of stock, you have to wait maybe for the farming. If the bees are not, sometimes, especially this time when it's dry, kiangazi time, the bees also don't produce enough honey and beeswax. So now you have to wait for rain so the bees can produce enough beeswax, because the farmer is only getting beeswax for the family. He doesn't get enough to sell. So I think anything that affects the farmer affects me. But with all those challenges, you learn to be resilient and strong.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So I would want us to talk about the one where you sent to someone and they did not pay you. How would you advise maybe somebody who's watching to make sure that they don't find themselves in that same
situation
problem? Because I know sometimes, because I'm also into business, someone will approach you with a very big order and you'll be excited, and you're like, let me do this. So you're like, this person can ask for this much, they can't hawezi shindwa kulipa. How do you make sure that does not repeat itself?
So I think going on forward now, from that day, I learned that, first of all, we make handmade things. Handmade things take time. And I know getting a 300 order lip balm now, if someone orders 300 lip balms, I get so excited. But you have to know how to maybe ask for it. I know asking for money is the hardest. Even now I struggle asking for a deposit. You'd rather lose that 300 than make 300 lip balms and avoid, and now you have to sell that lip balm 1-1. So what you do is ask for like a 50% or a 70% deposit that will cater for the materials for that, whatever you're making. It can be crochet, it can be lip balm, it can be wax, it can be candles. So that even if the person was to not show up or just ghost you, at least the deposit that the person had paid has covered. For whatever, at least has covered and at least a bit of interest, even if they're not the 100%. So I'd rather you stick by your principles of your business than just be open to everyone and just, don't be a bit greedy when it comes to money also. Because quick money, sometimes think twice also. So I'd say think through the process. Always ask for a deposit.
Always.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess we have talked so much about this business. If there's anything else that you'd want to learn about the lip balm making business, because she does it from home and she does it very seamlessly and smoothly. So it's something that can actually be done. So if you feel like you have any more questions, are people free to reach out to you?
Definitely.
Plug yourself.
Yes. So hi again, my name is Miss Kiwa. I'm the founder of Kiwa Lifestyle. I make organic lip balms. So if you're looking to buy lip balms for your personal use, you can get one. You can order through my page or through, I have all the details there. And if you're a young person, especially if you're a young woman, entrepreneur, I really love nurturing women or even men, and you wanna start something like this, just similar. The market is big. Let me tell you, we can all fit in the market. We're not gatekeeping here. Give me a call. I'll guide you through the whole process. And no, you can at least have something for yourself. We stopped to kusema that unemployment, we didn't get jobs, after university,
Yeah.
let's make something for ourselves. So yeah, give me a call. I'll guide you through the whole process.
Okay, you can hear even from her voice, she's such a sweet person, and definitely when you reach out to her, she's not stingy with information. She will definitely guide you through from where you're going to source your products. She's going to link you with all those farmers, and she'll make your work easier, especially if you're starting out. Now, as we wind up, I'd want Kiwa, parting shot.
Yes.
Advise the young person who's watching this and would want to start such a business.
Okay, I think I'll start with the cliche word that we've always had, start. We've always been told to start. It's never too late to start. If I didn't start this business during COVID time 5 years ago, I would not be here today. So whatever idea you have, start, however small, however, as you've seen the whole process, it's not it's not like a very complex. I wish to get there where I have machines and people and employed a lot of people, but you start where you can. If it's that gas, the little things you have, the 30K, the 10,000, start small, and then you're gonna grow, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna learn. And yeah, at the end of the day, we wanna make money. So don't look down upon your idea. Don't think that it's too small. Don't think that we started with a lot of money. If you have your 2,000, look for some. If it's jewelry, go look for jewelry for 2,000. Start making. If you're gifted, yeah. So I think just start.
Just start. Just start are the words that Kiwa has told you, who is watching this episode, to do. So if you have an idea, just start. It doesn't matter. Don't look at the limitations that you have. Use whatever it is that you have to make sure that you can get to wherever it is that you want to be. And I'd want to tell you, do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this video if you have found it helpful. Till the next one, bye.
And just before you go,
Oh.
I have something for you guys.
Oh.
You guys have been really amazing.
You
I have
see, I'm telling you, she's the
enjoyed.
sweetest person because she even has gifts for us. Wow.
So this is for you. This is strawberry. Just because. So this is my bestseller. All the ladies love it.
Can I try it?
Yes,
so that
you
I can
can.
give my review just
Yes.
right now?
So that's strawberry. And then for your team,
Yeah.
you know they are men.
Yes.
I have given them vanilla.
Yeah.
Very sweet smelling and very.
This smells heavenly. Woo. Let me try it.
Yeah, you can try.
Hey, and it's
Smooth.
smooth and it tastes so good. Hey, this is the strawberry flavor.
Yes. Although they are mildly scented because of the organic bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can feel the scent
Yes.
from afar.
From afar.
And now the smoothness, yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
will be delivering this to my team. That
Please
is
do.
Rakim, who's on the video, you know, the one shooting this, and to Ardent, who has helped us with, you know, the behind the scenes and setting up and, you know, just everything. So this is for me and my team.
Yes.
Kiwa, thank you very much.
Karibu
We
sana.
appreciate,
Thank
and
you
may
too.
God keep blessing you.
Thank you so
And
much.
may you know, become a trillionaire.
What she said.
Yes. So till the next one, bye-bye.
Bye.